And welcome to Ask Dezert-Owl on the Forbidden History series, ladies and gentlemen. And program number 105. Wow. Okay, we're actually doing it, and Ninja did some juggling today. I don't know how she does it, don't want to know, but she did it, and she got us on the air today. We hope you'll remember we're trying to work out getting a computer. Any little bit of help will be appreciated. Okay, and so we're going to do a read from Gaskell to get started here today. And hi Jennifer, good to have you on the broadcast. And hope and thank you for sharing on Facebook and all that you're doing to try to promote this broadcast. We sure do appreciate it. And then we're going to go into a review on the letter A, a quick review, because there's some things that after the fact and when I was doing my own review that I saw. So I wrote them down, and we're going to fill in a few gaps, and then we'll get on to letter V slash the code B. Okay, we got two to do because one is supplemented the other. Those little tricksters, them. And yeah, so we're gonna do that. All right, and don't forget it is a call-in program. So if anybody has a comment or a question, argument, complaint, or anything, then this place bring it on, or a tragic story, something you're going through. We're here also to empathize with you and also to try to find remedy for you if you're in a tough situation. That's gonna keep developing, right? And hello to Victoria out there in Florida, and Eliza over there in Wales, and hope that everybody's doing well. Eventually, our communications will be cut off. We'll be on our own. So what we're trying to bring on here is the knowledge of the way, the true way, with original Ashavors, original words, because word is war. They waged war on us with words, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to be set free from them. Those who claim to be our leaders when they're actually our deceivers. They are the enemies of all mankind. Man is criminal and sinner, and in the Babylonian Talmud, monster. And so you have to realize to be set free from them and not buy into their illusions anymore and their deceptions and their art, their craft in about the mother sons of darkness, the Masons. Masonic means mother sons of darkness. Go figure. While they say to their little puppy dog, "Oh, what do you want, my little puppy dog? Oh, Grand Poobah, please, I want more light. Please give me some more light." Okay, little puppy dog, here you go. Take a little light. It's actually darkness, but you will never figure it out. So there you go. And that's the game they played on all of us, ladies and gentlemen. And they educated us, as Howard Griswold used to use that terminology on our Thursday night law programming. One of the toughest guys in America who discovered the use of the birth certificate also for a slave instrument and security instrument. And yeah, and so I knew some of the real pioneers, in the law movement as well, and was doing 7-day-a-week broadcasting of law programs on my radio network, therealpublicradio.net. And to have to go to that effort was because everything was confused. Everybody thought they had the remedy, or they were trying to figure the remedy out. And when you're dealing with a bunch of criminals, a judicial system, you see what I'm saying? It's the Jew-dish, and it's all for them, right? They got all the dogs eating at their plate. Because they give them the funny money, they give them the little perks and privileges, and now they've destroyed our world. And oh, that reminds me, we've got a segment by Dane too as well. Can't forget that. And Ninja's got that keyed up as well. So yeah, we got Dane. We're trying to bring him on, or some other important segment. But Dane is number one. It's the number one issue on the planet. They destroy the ozone layer. We're getting bombarded by X-ray. And okay, what are we getting? Alpha rays, yeah. I'm getting alphabetical tongue-tied. We're getting UVC and UVB radiation. We're only allowed to get UVA, which is, you can go out in the sun all you want. You may get a little burn, but you'll survive it. But now it's destroying the DNA, tearing down muscle tissue, ligaments, tendons, people getting heart attacks, hernias, all these other things, and we get a bad computer flow as well. So that's probably the sun too. It could be. I know that a lot of the programs you'll hear the audio broken up. You know, just like even the clips of the most recent with Dane, not yesterday, but the one we did prior to that, it was like it was being cut up, and I know Ninja didn't do that. So it's the system doing it. It's part having a bad computer and not being able to stream with full velocity. Some of those are the issues, and we're going to work them out, okay? But we do it on a song, a wing, and a prayer, and you are our prayer, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So thank you. And I want to welcome any new listeners to the broadcast. I am your host, Desert Owl, a bird who sees in the night. I'm looking for that blue pill. I want to go back to sleep, But once you wake up to the truth, it's like, you know, you can't be a virgin anymore. Once you're not a virgin, you're not a virgin, right? And so once you have taken that red pill and you went down the rabbit hole and you saw things that you never could have imagined and learned the truth about what this planet is really all about. The good news is that this is not our world, ladies and gentlemen. That is the good news. Some people want to save the world. You're not going to save the world, okay? But you might be able to save one individual out there who wants to wake up, to know the truth, to be set free from them, from the false narratives, from the staged event, from the theater that they create, whether it's war or Washington D.C. You know, the Forbidden History covers a lot of ground because they've done such a great job. They've been running our world since the Aryan race came on the scene about approximately eight. It could be as many as 10,000 years ago. Okay. So, by the way, we did have that notice at the beginning, and so we just hope that people will, respect the forum here and not bring on personal agendas, and those type of things. There's other avenues for discussion, but here we're trying to cover the important issues because the issues are about life and death. So I appreciate everybody uh, realizing that. It's we all want to be social and everything, and that's fine. Everybody coming on here pretty much is a friend, and we all greet each other, and we all exchange. But let's keep it on point at the same time, okay? And there's nothing wrong with exchanging information. The a website of something, or a phone number. That's okay. But we're just talking about getting off track and creating diversions when most of the people on here, most all of them, are trying to focus on the mystery of what we're having to deal with within our spiritual nature and our serpent nature. Yeah, you didn't know you had a serpent? Give me a break. You do now, because I've told you, and we prove it out. We prove it out by the Forbidden History and the graphics, and not only that, there's a logic behind it when you follow the scriptures correctly. Because when they control the words, then they controlled your thinking. Okay, so we'll address all that coming up next. But one other thing I thought of yesterday that I really thought we should add as a feature to the broadcast. Just a little spice. Anything that is good that will benefit our friends as our world crashes around us, as at one point we'll no longer be able to talk to each other. This has really got to be a cut up audio. I got to say, this wheel keeps going. Is this relative to your computer setup, Ninja, that we're getting so much buffering? What's the code telling you on the color code? We getting a lot of red and orange, or what? I feel like nobody's going to be able to listen to
The
this.
color code is perfect. That's what I put in the
All right.
chat. The signal here is fine.
All right.
It's something else that's doing it.
All right. Let me ask for an audio check. Is it buffering? I can't listen to the audio, so I don't know. So can somebody please give me an audio check out there and tell me, is the audio a 10? 10 is the best. 8 is a 5. If it's buffering too much, give me some information, because I'm seeing it with my eyes, but I'm not getting any feedback. We need Lynn. Where's Lynn when we need our ACE audio checker? Nobody's responding, so it doesn't look very good right now. All right. Okay. All right. And I'm going to ask for an audio check in here. Okay, we're standing by. It doesn't seem like something's not working. Nobody. How can they be hearing and not saying anything at the same time? I don't get it. Well, I know there's a delay, but how long is it? Usually it's, a matter of 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and now uh, nobody's even responding to to my text in the chat. I don't believe this. All right. All right. Okay, let me say reboot. Reboot if you need to reboot. If from okay. Gee whiz. Nobody's looking in the chat. All right. It freezes intermittently like pulses. Right. Right. It doesn't look like a good day for broadcasting. All right. You're telling me it's giving an indicator of a good stream, and we got all this buffering at the same time, right? All right. All right. So, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do a refresh on my computer. I'm going to refresh and see if that stops the buffering. Okay. I'm refreshing. So let me do that. Boom. Okay. And let me see here. All right, I see my audio's coming through. That looks like the fix. Okay, now it's not, the wheel is not spinning. Refresh. Yeah, my wheel is gone. My spinning wheel is gone. That's the answer. Okay, I think we're back at it. Are we good? We good? All right. All right. Okay, we figured out what we got to do when that wheel keeps going. That's the first test to addressing that, because it upset the apple cart, for lack of a better way to say it. Okay, so what I was saying was I want to help everybody on their journey for the time when we get disconnected. Let's bring on the table all of the important tips, that will help us in our personal struggle when everything hits the proverbial fan. And yeah, okay, good, Victoria. Thank you for the heads up. So that's part of the issue. When it keeps spinning, that's the first test, is to refresh the wheel. Okay. So sorry about the problems. They got all the money. We don't have any money, but we do get it done on a song, a wing, and a prayer. And Ninja really gets it done. My job's easy compared to what she's got to do. I figure I wouldn't want her job, but she does a great job. Okay, and we couldn't do it without her. All right, and you know that, Ninja. So, all right, and now the wheel is spinning again. I don't believe it. It must have caught up. Something must have caught up, and now it's wanting to lag. Let me. I don't know what. All right, no. I just want to hear my audio. I'm going to listen to my audio for a minute. Okay, so the audio's coming through, but the wheel is spinning at the same time. I don't get it. Uh, all right, keep going. Okay, Victoria says keep going. I'll go for that. Okay. All right, thank you for the feedback. All right, so what I wanted to do was to bring on some vital information, that can help in a struggle. So I'm going to bring on the first health tip today. Before I do the read, I just want to throw this out, and it is that there's a story about how these guys in Vietnam in the U.S. military, they were on one of their missions, and I love that term. It sounds like a religious thing, right? But no, it's a military. Missions are military, And I just wish that wheel would stop spinning. It just really drives me nuts over here. So anyway, when they were out there in the field, um, there was an explosion of some sort, and a guy was lit on fire. He got doused maybe with some chemical or oil, and then he was lit on fire. And so the only thing they had to put the fire out in one of those the place where they were at, apparently there was flour, and so they threw flour over the guy's body to put out the fire. And it turns out that as a result of what they did with the flour, that the guy didn't even get second-degree burns. He had like first-degree burns, but literally when, the skin should have just immediately been destroyed on the outer surface, it was all preserved. And so it was discovered after this event, people have used it over and over, that the flour has something in it. I heard the science once be explained, but basically there's a chemical reaction with the flour, and it preserves the skin. It prevents the skin from being damaged. And so, you got to throw it on right away. So I keep flour in my refrigerator, because like when you get, you're cooking and you get a finger burn, you go to that flour, you put your hand in there, stick your fingers in the flour, and it feels so good. It feels so good. You'll never not want to have that available, the cold flour at your disposal again once you burn your fingers on the stove. And so it's the same thing. I've got several bags of flour handy just in case, that somebody got, a bigger burn somehow, hot water spilled on them, whatever, and therefore the flour is the remedy, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, not oil, not butter. You don't put butter on burns. That's a no-no. But flour is number one. Okay, number one first aid for burns, hands down. Okay, so that's the tip for today. If anybody else has one and they want to bring it on with a call, then each program, let me know ahead of time, because we're going to do one tip a day. We're going to try to bring them on. And Ninja says she's done that with the flour. Following Desert's advice, I scalded my hands with boiling water. It took the pain. Any sign of, I think she means it took the pain away, and any sign of burn away completely. And there's Jackie. And thank you for stopping by, Jackie. Good to have you. And hope you're doing okay over there in the Midwest. So, all right. Well, we're going to go to our read now. And to me, that was important. I've got a couple more tips over the next 3 programs that I'm going to bring on that I think are important to know about. Everybody should know this. It's a small group that's getting it. And we'll rotate the tips once we get through a certain number of them that we think are important. Then we'll go through them again. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to want to do protocols because there's like 5 or 6 or 7 different things you need to be taking every day because of our environment, what's happening right now with the UV and X-ray radiation, and other things as well, with the poisoning of our environment. So there's a few things to be taken every day, and I take them every day when I can afford them. I'm out of half of it right now, but at least if I take it periodically, that's better than not getting it at all. That's the way I look at it. And I always usually buy the cheapest, the cheapest out there, as long as it's a good product overall. All right, and so thank you, Ninja, for that good tip as well, and or example of being using it. So let me think of where I'm going to put my notes here. And okay, other than when I'm doing my, actually, when I'm doing the read, if you want to call in on that, in other words, on the topic of what I'm reading, and you have an insight or something you want to add, then, do call in. Okay, but while I'm doing the read, let's stay on topic. And then, when we go on the, at the end of the program, let's go in any direction. At the end of the program, we can go in any direction on any topic. But when we're doing the alphabet, then let's stay on topic, about the ABCs of light, right? About the alphabet. So let's keep our, we can call in any time, but let's try to keep it at the rhythm that we're working through. And like I say, at the end, then we can go in any direction. I think that's the way to do it. We're trying to develop our protocols for the program, ladies and gentlemen, so we can have a good one, that will make a difference for a lot of people out there. When I talk about this esoteric stuff, whether it's out of the dictionary Gaskell here or just talking about the symbolism and the alphabets, it seems easy for me to do, but I know it's got to be a challenge for people to wrap their mind around some of these things. When you never hear when you go to the Baskin Robbins Christian churches, the 600 different flavors. You don't, they don't really talk about metaphysics, right? And yet it's all about metaphysics. They don't define the metaphors and the symbols. Those things may happen periodically, but they talk more like socialists and talk about social behavior, and it's all socialist or engineered because it's the Jesuits, and behind it. Yeah, I'm getting the buffering going on here. So let me try to figure out. Okay, now it stopped that I just talked about it. No, it's going some more. Let me see how it sounds. I got to turn on my audio for a minute and listen. Okay, it's still talking about flour. And you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen? We got to do I'm going to do a refresh right now because I know what happens when it does this. I remember now. It slows everything down, and therefore, without refreshing, you're going to be like you could be 10 minutes behind the program, 5 or 10 minutes if it keeps it up. So the key is periodically when you got that spinning wheel to refresh because you may miss something. It's possible you're gonna, but if you do it with enough frequency, you won't miss much. But if you wait a long time and then you do it, you're going to miss a certain part of this program. It's going to sound disjointed. And Eliza is saying, "Wow, that's pretty amazing. Thank you, Desert, for." I guess you're talking about the flower, Eliza. Okay, and see that's just coming up right now, and we talked about that a little bit ago. You see, so refreshing will keep you current, and so it's a juggling act, ladies and gentlemen. You know, but we're going to do it. Okay, so now we're in the dictionary of all scriptures and myths. Yeah, Eliza, especially with little ones, your sons over there, they're prone to getting burned at the stove also, and so you definitely want to give them the best remedy possible. Then you can pass it on to your clients, and they'll think you're really you know stuff. All right, so and she does know stuff. That's the thing, and yeah, we all know stuff, and that's why we got to share because it's not we shouldn't be keeping secrets when everything is so desperate in our time right now. Our world is going down around us. So I'm in the last letter of the alphabet now, in the letter Z, before we go back to the beginning of the book, as we work our way through the alphabet. Uh, once a month, we'll be able to go through the book by alphabet. Then you go back to the beginning again. That way, we get a little bit of everything rather than just working from the front of the book. And so, I need to. I'll tell you what, Ninja, can you say something to everybody real quick? I got to turn. I'm getting hot, and I need to turn on some AC. Okay, can you just give everyone a primer or something to sing or what? What? Well, that's a bigger discussion. I think you should do that as one of the tips. Why don't we just do that? I'm just got to go turn on the air. That's all I got to do. All right. So give them the announcement. Give out the phone numbers. That type of thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I just
Thanks.
want to say good day to everybody. Hope you're all safe and well. And if you would like to call in with a question or a comment or a tip, the number is 608-566-7295. That's 608-566-7295. Or you can Skype Desert on Free America Radio. That's all one word, Free America Radio on Skype. We've tested that. We know we can do it, but we haven't actually had a test live on the program yet. So if you want to be the first one, be our test subject for Skype, feel free to call in. Okay, Desert is back. Back to you.
They can feel free? Well,
they
that's
can
good.
Feel free, yes.
All right. All right. Don't feel like a slave just because you're calling in. You know, it's we all were there at one time. You know, when we didn't know anything, and now we're figuring things out, and it's really it's great to be set free from those people that hate our guts every day. You know, they gave us the funny, and it wasn't money, and yet they drive around in big limousines and big houses, and they actually have it in for all of you. You know, what a world, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah. Yeah, just hang around. Okay, so we're talking about Zacharias, the priest, in K, and then he was a symbol of the subjective spiritual mind of a period of the soul evolution. Okay, and I got the spinning wheel again, so I'm going to refresh because that wheel just keeps on spinning. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. We're gonna. I don't know if I'm going to do the alphabet today or not. You know, we're going to take it by steps here and see where we go. But I'm not gonna. This is gonna be bad. I've got to review this now to see what it sounds like. This is just destroying the program today. Right, right. All right. We were supposed to do Dane. Actually, Dane goes first. Okay. That see this it's totally thrown me off. Thrown me off kilter. This is short, so let me finish it and then we'll do Dane. Okay. Zacharias the priest, a symbol of the subjective spiritual mind of a period of the soul's evolution. But the angel said unto him, that would be Malik, royal messenger, said unto him, do not be afraid, Zachariah, or Zacharias, but that's a corruption. Because your supplication is heard, and your Yovefe, your wife, El Zule Shavat is the original for